Now, in case you haven't watched the earlier videos, we've extracted this data from After Effects. At the moment, I'm just going to grab this information and move it down here. We'll probably need it right out of the way, maybe over there for the time being. And I can just open it up and have a look. It's telling us that the information we got was taken at 25 frames per second. Our screen size was 720 by 1280 by 720, and these are our pixels for the tracking of the little red beanie on top of the push bike rider. I'll delete that left column. There's nothing really in there. Now here are our frames. Let's insert a column, right click, insert, and we'll put in here the time. I know that it's 25 frames a second, therefore if I say equals this frame divide by 25 equals, or sorry, enter, and I've got the actual time. So if I go down to 25 frames, sure enough we've got 1 second. I suppose I may as well run that to the bottom. We are doing 442 frames, and we're running for about 8.6 seconds. That's right, when you look at the video you'll find the video is about 9 seconds. Okay, we don't need the Y pixels, let's just delete them. The X pixels, now at the moment these X pixels are going from 114. I'm not sure what they're going up to, but let's subtract 114, and so we can start our distance from 0. I will run to the bottom because I need to know what I need to subtract. Now this is 1067, so up here really what I want is I want to have this ratio here. I'm going 0. I want to divide by, so tell it equals to tell it the formula. I want to divide by, what did I just say, 1267? 1267, and then I want to times by, I know the distance across that basketball court was 20 meters, very close to it. Let me just check and see if I've got this right. Oh, it was 1067. Okay, 1067, let's do that again, sorry. 1067, enter, copy that down, and let's see how close to 20 we get. Pretty close, 20, that's pretty close, isn't it? By the way, all these fields, let's get rid of this line. Let's get rid of all these, delete. Let's make this bold, and let's freeze our frames. I might freeze it here and say view freeze frames, and that way I can scroll up and down and have my headings. Now this here is distance, and this here is really pixels starting at 0. Whoops. Okay, this here is time. Okay, in seconds. Let's get it right here. Seconds. Okay, that there is time in frames. Now distance. Now we know that velocity is our position over time, distance per time. So I can say that this is equal to that, beg your pardon, not that one, this one, minus this one. Enter. What's going on? Yep, okay. Let's copy that down. And if I want to do acceleration, it's going to be exactly the same thing. I'm going to copy that right, and then I've got acceleration. I'm going to copy that down. That's going to be very volatile. Let's get these columns all fixed up because they are all numbers. Let's go to the home screen. Numbers. Okay, and let's have them at 1 decimal place to start with. We want time at 1 decimal place. Here we're going to want these at 3 or 4 decimal places. Okay. Righto, distance. So this is velocity and this is acceleration. And I know that because acceleration is so volatile, I'm going to have to do a trailing acceleration over 40 frames, and even then it's going to be volatile. Let's copy this stuff down to the bottom. Well, let's copy it down a bit more past 40 frames, okay. And then let's do a trailing acceleration. We have got here, by the way, I'm going to stick in 0, 0, 0 because we're going to start at the beginning. Alright, so we're on line 2. We want to go down to line 42 and let's do 22. I'll start my trailing average. Okay, so that's going to be equal to average V. Down 1, tab. I want to average these 40 frames, 42. Okay, enter. What's this problem? Here we go. Entering. Now I'm going to say 0 and copy that down. 0. It's happy to copy down. Alright, all those are zeros. This one is going to copy down to the bottom. Okay, in fact, I'm going to copy all of these down. It's not happy there, is it? Let's go back here. I'm going to copy all of this to the bottom. Bingo. Right, it's a lot easier than using your calculator. Alright, now I'm going to get my distance, copy it to the top, and graph it. So when we get up here, I don't know why it's so slow today, we'll graph it, and then I will do the velocity and acceleration in different videos. So we're getting there. Here we go. Alright, I'm going to insert just a simple line graph there, and that looks reasonable. We're putzing around at the start here for a while, then we're moving on up to around about 20 meters. That's looking reasonably good, isn't it? Okay, what we've got here is just line numbers, and what we really want is frame numbers. Is time. So let's select data. I'm just going to do a little bit of a cheat trick here. I'm going to copy that line and say cancel. I'm going to edit, and I'm going to paste that in here, Control V. I'm going to say, alright, my time is in row B, so I want this B, and here B. Okay, and we've now got time down the bottom here. I'd like to see it tipped on its side. I'm not sure how to do that. Let's just, while we might do chart tools, we might just add an axis title to the primary horizontal and call it time. What happened? Where did it go? Chart primary horizontal axis title. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we'll leave that there. I'll fix it up. We'll come back with the next video for velocity and acceleration.